Hey, good morning. Welcome to day 6. We're getting it. All right, guys. I've got a powerful blood pressure and circulation hurts on. Hey, good morning. Good morning. All right, so let me see. I got a new little setup going on here. Let me make sure that I'm in a good space here so you guys can see me and everything when I get started. There. All right, let me silence that for a minute. Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right, so let me check and see whether you guys can see all of me from there. That looks good. So, okay, no, actually, I think we could do closer than that. Let's set it up like we usually do. Hey, sis. Peace, peace. I'm going to see you in a few hours. Holla. Good morning, everyone. Yes, super grateful that you guys are all here. Thank you. Okay, let me make sure that my hands, you can see all of me once we get started. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, where did I put my water today? And I know it's early, and some of you may still be in bed, watching this when you first wake up. But if you have some water next to you, or if you have a chance to grab some water, using serpent power yoga, which is so powerful with bringing this fire element into the body, that it's really important to balance the fire energy that gets raised with having lots of water to cool everything back down, to dissolve issues, things that don't no longer need to be there, and to get those out of you. So make sure you have some water next to you, and if you don't have it right now, once we're finished today, then go ahead and make sure that you drink like a big glass of water. Oh, that's weird. You could probably hear me drinking over there. All right, so let me go ahead and get started with our sound frequency for today. There was something that I wanted to share with you guys today. But I don't know if I don't know where I have a copy. Let me see. But actually, you know what? I do want to speak about, I've always got a bunch of books to draw on, including my own. I'll talk about my book probably tomorrow. I'll introduce you guys to my Wajit Yoga book. But today, I actually want to share this. Let's see, it's backwards, of course, but you'll have to flip it around in your brain. It's called Raw Emotions, and it's this book is it's got a bunch of recipes for having a raw diet. But what I really like about that book that's different than a lot of books is that it goes through explaining the emotions of like when you start to detox. So, as we're doing this heart detox, stuff may come up and you may feel supported by like changing your diet. And even, I'm not saying that that's permanent, and I'm not suggesting that to anyone. I feel that has to be something that comes up from within. A lot of times, unless somebody is looking for guidance, but my guidance is always to follow the inner voice, and see what comes up. And sometimes when we start to go through these, like breaking down these blockages, like imagine in a physical heart, or like in physical heart space, or in your veins, when people eat like for years and years, eat wrong foods, there's like a plaque that builds up on the inside of the arteries. And after years of like negative emotions, toxic thoughts, and things like that, the same thing happens. We have this like psychic plaque that gets built up all around our energetic space. And the same way when the physical heart, when the valves are breaking down all this plaque, and when we take, when they give people, these different drugs that help clear out the plaque from inside these walls, it has to go somewhere. So it gets broken down, kind of, like this with this detergent that breaks down plaque, and it starts to scrape it out of us. And then, of course, we need to support that process by, drinking more water, by, having certain things in our diet that help to flush those things out of our body. Hold up. Did it stop already? Oh, okay, no. And so in the same way, we need to support the journey of breaking down all this psychic dust, this plaque that is built up and it stayed stuck inside of us for so long that we feel like it's part of us. And then as we start to shift, and this heart detox is a real process, quite a few people have spoken to me, have messaged me privately to explain to or express what's happening to them, like these different shifts that are taking place in their body because of this, doing this meditation daily. And it's real. So this is a process that needs to be supported by doing something. So you may find that you either want to sleep more. You may find you need to be more connected with the sun. You may find yourself wanting to kind of curl up and just stay under the blanket for more to be in stillness. There are different things that come up for different people. It totally depends on where you're at with your life and kind of what you're working through, what blockages you've broken through in these days. So one of the things that I suggest as we're breaking down psychic matter, our physical shifts are taking place in us too. So we can support the physical shifts by bringing more raw foods into our diet, more clean foods into our diet. And if you live in a cold region of the world, which many of you do right now, I'm in Florida, it's, it gets a little chilly at night. We have to wear a sweatshirt at times, or a long sleeve shirt. So I don't quite feel the pain of everybody who's living in, say Canada or something like that. But in the winter, warming foods are recommended. But when you're going through a detox process, raw food diet is a detox diet. That's a diet to help assist things from scraping out, through your intestines, through, from the gut, from the arteries, from the lymph system. And raw foods really help with that process because there are so many enzymes in raw foods, especially in raw fruits, that break down stuff that's in your body that's been built up. So raw emotions, the person's name is Angela Stokes. I'm not associated with this in any way. I just like to recommend things to people that can, sometimes it just takes the one book or one word, one thought, one video to kind of kick off your learning journey in a certain direction. And I think that that's a good one because it really explains that, because as you detoxify your physical body, all of these emotions are going to come up. And I did a raw food diet for a year, and it was amazing how when you completely remove, what we call comfort foods out of your diet and just have these cleansing foods, how much stuff, my nerve endings were raw at times. It was really hard, but a lot of stuff got uncovered, stuff that heart stuff came up. And when you don't have food kind of filling up your gut and covering up the noise of what your gut is trying to say to you, it is loud and it can hurt a little bit at times. So it wasn't an easy process, definitely. It took probably the first 3 months for really the raw foods to really kind of cleanse me fully to the point that my emotions got back, completely in balance. But you could feel the diet doing its magic. It was really, really powerful, really useful. Definitely have felt spiritually like one of those, another raw food diet coming up. But I've been putting it on the back burner because a lot of times we don't have the time. We don't make the time for ourselves to go through deep emotional processes. Sometimes stuff comes up and we gotta cry, and everybody's not the right person to cry around, and sometimes it's not the right time for that. So a lot of times we put our emotions, our feelings on the back burner, and we don't have to deal with them until we get forced to deal with them because we're going through some sort of physical trauma or some sort of loss or a massive shift or things like that. So don't wait for those things. Go meet them head on. When you step in first and go meet it first, it's far less painful than when it has to come and get you. Think about when your mama has to come and get you up for school. When you're at the door ready to go, it might hurt to wake up in the morning and get ready, but if you're ready, then when she's got to come in and be your alarm clock, that's a little more painful all the time. And Same way with Mama Nature. When she has to come and get you and let you know what you're doing, it definitely always hurts a little more. So be kind to yourself and go do it first. So let's go ahead and get started with our day 6. Just left hand, put your left hand on your heart, right hand over your left, and take a deep breath in and hold. And exhale, and just exhale and drop that breath out, down through the center of your body, down, out through the floor, and continuing to hold your heart. And inhale up through the floor, up through the center of you, up through your heart space, through your throat, up through your head, through the crown. And just raise that breath up past the ceiling, up into the night sky. And exhale it back down. And this time drop the breath down, down, down into the earth and anchor it there. Just make that deep connection with Mama Earth. And then inhale that connection back up. Inhale that connection and lock that into your heart space. And then continue to inhale past your heart, up through your crown. And send that heart energy up into the space, up into the dark space, past the sunrise, past Earth's atmosphere, deep into the cosmos. And anchor your breath there. Hold. And then exhale back down, down into your heart. And just lock that energy, that lock that you've made down with the earth and that you've made with the sky, and lock those together into your heart space. And just allow those energies to fill you and spread your heart space open. Expand your heart so that you can develop a deeper sense of compassion for yourself, deeper self-awareness, deeper intuitive awareness, so that you can reflect deeply on yourself for the things that have happened in your past, and so that you can see yourself clearly, and so that as you see yourself, you have compassion for yourself and for your journey, that you don't judge yourself too harshly, and just fill your vessel with that intention. And to be kind to yourself. We're always so judgmental. And the heart is the space of judgment. We are supposed to use the heart for judgment, but judgment is after it's become deep and after it's become poisoned. Before judgment, there's discernment. So judgment is for after we've done something. And I take that back. It doesn't always have to be poisoned. But a lot of times when we're looking back on ourselves, looking back on the things that we've done, that's judgment. And we've learned to judge ourselves so harshly for things that we've done. But to spare ourselves from having to judge ourselves harshly on things we've done before, when we align our heart space with our vision, with our third eye, we're able to discern. So discern is for things that come up. Discern is for things that are about to be. If we use deep discernment, then we don't have to judge the things that we've done in the past. If we shift our focus and we turn and connect our heart with our third eye and connect that vision, we can have discernment so that we know to step into things. We know what's for us and what's not for us. Whether that's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a place to move, whether it's a new situation to pick up or connect with, an offer, a business offer, all of these things. When we have discernment looking forward, then we don't have to go into a place of making mistakes or learn through trial and error and then judge ourselves afterward. The judgment, that's an ancient thing, in ancient Kemet, Ma'at, she is the goddess of judgment, of balance, of order. And from the tradition of ancient Kemet, people sat in judgment. You went to Ma'at, that was the Hall of Judgment. That was the most ancient writings about the Hall of Judgment. So you go sit with the Hall of Judgment. And even today, when we have law, what do we call that? We have a judge, somebody who judges us. We have to go into a Hall of Judgment and be judged for rules that have been made by people who are not us. And what happens when the judge has to go and decide whether you are guilty or not guilty? The judge goes into the chambers. So all of those things are not an accident. Those wording is not an accident. The heart, the chambers of the heart, that is the original space of judgment. Go sit in the chambers. So before anybody else outside of us gets to judge us, we need to sit in our own chambers and decide whether the life that we're living, whether the things we're doing, whether the things we think and feel are the right things for us. Are they in alignment with who we want to be? Sit in your own chambers and judge yourself, but take it with that intuition and take it with that compassion for your journey. It's time to develop a deep sense of compassion so that we can judge our own selves, our own process from a place of love and connection, and not from a place of anger or failing or a sense of failure. So let's hold that intention there, and let's go ahead and begin our meditation for today. So if you're new here, if today's your first day joining us, welcome. So we're going to put the right elbow, again, the camera is flipped, so just follow my voice instructions with this. The right elbow goes, press against the liver over here, press against the side. The hands are up, forefinger touching the thumb, and palm facing forward, and the left hand goes up, and we're going to bring that hand in front of the heart. So we're going to put that 4 to 6 inches in front of the heart, and we're going to go out, and then out one more, and then inhale the breath back. So the chant as we go forward is Tum Ta Haru. Tum Ta Haru. All right, so Tum Ta Haru, and then we inhale back. And so sit up nice and tall with the spine nice and straight, neck tall, so that enough energy, and keep the heart space open there so that this detox, this chant and the movement that we do with it pulls the old stuck energy, pulls that old plaque out of your energetic arteries, out of your energetic heart, pulls all of the things that are no longer serving your path, no longer aligned with your destiny and with what it is that you want to do with your life, and pulling all that old energy out and releasing that back out into the universe. So deep breath in, and let's go ahead and start. Tum Ta Haru. 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 Tum last one. Tum, ta, haru. Deep breath in. Bring your hand back and leave it just about 4 inches in front of your heart, and take a deep breath in and hold. And exhale, and just bring your hand, touch it to your heart. Bring your right hand on the top and just hold your heart space. And just pour as much love for yourself as you can. All the love you have to give. Everything from yesterday is gone. All you have is this moment and how you feel about yourself in this moment, this brand new, fresh moment where all you did so far today was wake up. Set the intention, set the frequency into your heart for how you want to show up in the world today. Who do you want to show up as? How do you want to show up for yourself? How do you want to show up for your family? How do you want to show up when you get to work for the people you work with? How do you want to show up for the people who come, the clients, the customers who come to you and who need your services today, no matter what type of work you do? Somebody is showing up today in the world who needs you. Who do you want to show up as for them? Just fill your heart with the intention of who you want to show up as today. And just know that before you show up as that person that you want to be, that you need to give yourself all of the love that you can, all of the love that you deserve. Not the love that you feel that you deserve, all of the love that you deserve. And that's a trick question because we all deserve infinite love from the universe. We are love. In the end, we don't deserve love. It's something we are. The more we move through these blockages of what is and isn't, the more we move into that space of I am. And that space is an infinite space of being love and not needing love, or thinking love is some finite thing that we have to go after, or that is capable of even leaving us, that we're capable of being disconnected from in any way. We are love, and so when we remember that and we move back into a space of becoming that, we show up in the world more and more as our authentic selves. Just take a deep breath and just exhale through your mouth. And as you exhale, just bring the hands up into a nice wide position here. And again, the fingers are curled under, thumbs out. Hands up in a nice, strong, wide position so that the energy pours straight down into the heart space here. And we're just going to do this last breath of fire to complete this meditation so that we can promise ourselves, whether our mind is connected with it or not, that our body is vibrating at a frequency of just moving out of our own way so that our heart space can show up authentically today to whoever needs us, including ourselves. So go ahead and begin the fire breath. And again, if you haven't done that before, that's, we pump from here. And keep the eyes closed so that you can stay focused on the within. And take a deep breath in and hold. And exhale and bring the thumbs up, bump them together and open the hands up. Exhale your hands down, palms to the floor, and just let any energy, all of the energy that you've moved today, just allow it to get unstuck from you and just drain itself right down through your shoulders, out through the neck, through the shoulders, through the hands, down out through the palms, and press that energy down into the earth. No matter how many stories you are above the earth today, this moment, press that energy out, down into the earth, the grass, the soil. And let Mama Earth take that from you and renew that energy, transmute that energy, turn that energy into something usable that nature can use to produce and create and continue flourishing. Pour that green from your green heart space into the green of earth, the green ray, the green vibration. I'll speak about that another day when we get started, but that is a powerful, powerful ray of energy. And it's no accident that green is the ray of the heart, and that green is about renewal, and that green is about abundance, and that green is about grass and leaves and plants. And when you look down from space, so much of the earth is covered in green. That green ray is a heart ray. That's a ray that comes from the very same frequency that our heart vibrates at. So everywhere that you see green in the world, know that that energy is vibrating at the same frequency as your heart space. So all the things of, all the wealth of abundance that nature has to offer, that same wealth is inside of your heart space. And when you free up all that stuck energy, everything that remains there is the abundance, you connected to the deep, divine, infinite abundance. And that abundance pours into you and then pours out of you, like those fountains, like those delicious chocolate fountains where it pours in and fills up the cup, and then it pours out of one of the spouts on the side, and you just have to go and grab something and put it under there to catch that overflow. And that's really what our heart energy is doing, and is drawing that energy down, that connective energy between Mama Earth and Father Sky, drawing that in. And we draw that into our heart. We cleanse our heart space with that. And that clean, clear channel pours that energy, that divine energy, out into the universe around us. And that's how, when we become love, that's when we become that. When we stop chasing it, when we become that, that is a space of fullness there. We're filled with that energy. That's how we can feel the difference. Because people ask at times in the journey, what is that? And sorry, if you're not holding yourself still, you can just bring your hands back up, and this time put your right hand over your heart and your left hand on top to support it while I'm speaking. And just take a few slow, deep breaths. And people ask me, like, what is it? How do you know? How do you know when you're awakened? How do you know when your serpent power has awakened? How do you know when your heart is filled? How do you know when you're in love? How do you know when you are love? And there's that space when you stop chasing it, and it's a natural process. It doesn't come from here. When we think our way through our processes, we're cutting ourselves off from the embodiment of becoming, of actualizing that process. When we live the process, when we feel the process from here, from this space, fearlessly, that's when we become. We can't actualize becoming love, becoming infinite, and those are one and the same. When you become infinite, you become love. Your heart ray, your green ray, becomes connected to all of the green ray in the universe. All of the things beyond time, beyond space, it becomes connected back to that divine green energy. And when that energy fills that space, and we're filled all the way to the top until it's pouring out of us, that's when we become infinite. We become love at that point. We become love, meaning we become one with that green ray. When I say love, don't mistake the love that I'm talking about for the earthly love that we experience. Earthly love is finite. Earthly love has moments where it arrives and where it disappears, where we feel it and where we don't feel it. Earthly love is different than infinite love. When you become love, you become a being connected to the vessel, connected to this green ray energy, and it pours out of you. It's not a choice at that point. It becomes something that you are. Love becomes something that you are, and you pour love. And when people are in company with you, they feel love, they feel loved, they feel comfortable, they feel warm, they feel connected. They don't feel abused, they don't feel judged, they don't feel disconnected from you, like they have to struggle to find their way into your heart. They feel the love pouring off of you, and they want to be in your space. They feel relaxed and soft and open in your presence. When you become love, that's the energy that you give off that makes people feel safe and warm and comfortable being around you. And everybody doesn't feel that space yet. And as I'm speaking, just go ahead and lie down. I'm not going to lie down. I'm going to continue to hold space for you guys, but I want you to just go ahead and lie back if you are in a space to do that. Of course, if you're at work in your cubicle already, do not try this. If you're behind a register, that might not work out. But if you are able, go ahead and just lie down. And it's really important to seal Wajet yoga. It's important to seal all yoga by just taking a moment to still yourself and to allow the energies and frequencies that you've just shifted to balance themselves inside you. Your heartbeat has to realign and reset with the new vibration that you have brought into yourself by detoxifying, by removing stuff from that space. So all of your cells need a moment to catch up. So just go ahead and lie down and just relax your body, relax your arms, relax your shoulders, relax the back of your neck and the back of your head. Relax your face and just allow it to just relax down. Relax your neck and your throat. Allow your throat to open. Allow your heart space to open up toward the ceiling. Allow your stomach to be relaxed and soft and open. And just relax your legs, your knees. Let your hips just open comfortably and relax. And just separate and be open. Allow your ankles and your feet to open. And just allow all of you to just relax. And just open yourself to all of the energy, all of the movement that you've just completed, all of the detoxification that you've just chosen for yourself for this morning. Just allow that realigned energy to just radiate out to all of the spaces inside of you. And the more fully you relax, the more deeply it's able to go into each space inside of your vessel. Whenever we're blocked up and choked up and squeezed and tense and tight anywhere, those small tight spaces are the deep folds where the shadows, those become our shadow work, just like the physical body tightens up. So when those spaces inside of us tighten up, those are spaces where shadows, where light cannot penetrate. And so that becomes our shadows, and that becomes later open when it does finally open up, because we relax and open ourselves to the light. Those spaces become our shadow, the things that we need to work on and that we need to open and let go free from us, the things that we need to examine with our discernment. There are things that we have to judge. And again, if anybody had just tuned in, I was speaking earlier about when we speak about law, in a court of law, if we have to go to law, we have to go and stand in a hall of judgment. This is the same thing in ancient Kemet, in the hall of judgment, and going before Ma'at, the goddess of alignment and order and balance. And this is the goddess who judges us. This is the energy and entity. Ma'a and Ma'at are the masculine and feminine counterparts of order, balance, righteousness. And that's where we get our conscience. Our conscience is located in our heart. That's why the conscience is there. So the heart was judged at the end of our life. But that isn't something that just happens in one ancient textbook, that happens at the end of our life. Every time we make a choice, we are judging ourselves, and we are being judged for the process, because we know what's right. We know what the right thing to do is. And as we go, we're only judging on what we know. And it's up to us to look within and see. But like I was saying earlier, we can look on things that we've done where we might get a voice inside that's telling us that we're not really supposed to do that, but we do it anyway. And then later, as we become more clear on our alignment and on our path and our journey, we can look back over those choices, and sometimes we'll cringe and think, wow, I definitely was not supposed to do that. And we know, and so we're looking back on ourselves in judgment, but we can look forward in ourselves with discernment. Discernment doesn't require us to dislike ourselves, to be angry at ourselves. Discernment is about judging what's coming, about paying attention to what's coming, about taking it and examining it clearly with this eye and with our heart, and looking at it really. Is this for us? Is this the right thing for us? Is this the right choice for us to make? And looking at it from there so that we don't have to look back on that choice later with regret or with wonder or with judgment, with giving ourselves this negative energy and lacking compassion. When it's forward, we always come with compassion and with openness. But when it's back, it seems that it's really difficult for us to not judge ourselves in a harsh way. So do yourself that service of looking at things that come up in life. Look at the choice before you make it and decide whether it's in alignment with you. If you decide it's in alignment with you and later it's not in alignment with you anymore, or later you change your mind, that's completely fine. You only owe yourself the exactly where you are right now. You only owe yourself the choices, the thoughts, the wisdom, the effort of the life that you exactly want to have right now. And so just be connected with that in yourself. Be connected with what it is that you really want. And each choice you make sure that your choices are reflecting the things that you want for yourself, for your life. If you want to lose weight and you go to the cabinet every night and eat the cookies, it's a choice to walk to the cabinet, it's a choice to open it, it's a choice to take the cookies, and it's a choice to eat the cookies. So you have many steps along the way where you can catch yourself and bring yourself back into alignment, and then you can eat the cookies and then beat yourself up about it the next day. So that's when we do things like that, when we make choices that are not in alignment with who we are, when we make these self-sabotaging choices, that's a reflection also of our hearts not being in alignment. That's a lack of self-love, because when you love yourself, you make choices that are in alignment. The deeper, more deeply and fully you love yourself, the more closely your alignment, your choices will be in alignment with who it is that you show up as, with who it is that you want to show up as every day. And then when we dislike ourselves and when we don't feel good about ourselves, we'll have a certain vision of who it is we want to be, and then our choices and our actions will be so far away from that we're constantly in this state of dissonance, that vibrational frequency of dissonance between what we want to be and what we are doing about it. That creates this dissonance in our heart, and we have to live with that dissonance. And that dissonance starts to affect all of the things around us. It becomes its own type of energetic field, and it affects all the things around us. It affects the things that vibrate, that we attract to us, the people we attract to us, the situations we attract to us. So bring those in harmony with one another. Bring the actions and the choices in harmony with what it is that you want to be, with how you want to show up in the world, with how you want to serve the world. Make sure those are together. Show yourself love by doing that for yourself, because the more you do things for yourself, the more you honor your choices, the more you make choices that honor your vision for yourself, the more you learn to trust yourself and to feel safe and confident, so that even when you do make mistakes, those mistakes, you don't have to beat yourself up about them, because you know you are doing the very best you can to be in alignment. That's all that we can ever ask for in our lives. It's just for that heart space to be in alignment. We don't have to do better than we can. Every day is a new day to do something. Every day is a chance to detox what was there before, and then to step forward with something new. So don't beat yourself up about any stuff that has come before, but make a choice now going forward. So take a deep breath in and breathe that in. Breathe in that intention of bringing yourself back into harmonious alignment, of bringing yourself back into alignment with choices that reflect who you are, with how you want to show up in the world. Take a deep breath in and just draw yourself up. If you've been laying down, if you're laying down and you're comfortable, go ahead and continue to lay down. And if it's time to head off to work or off to the next thing that you need to do for the day, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for holding space as we all join in this space together. And I love you guys, and tomorrow, yes, like I said, anybody who jumped on later, I just wanted to share this book and mention that as we detoxify ourselves spiritually, we may find that the opportunity to detoxify ourselves physically is like starts to become a craving, and going into like a raw food fast for just a day, for doing it for half days and then eating, cooked food at night, doing one a week of raw meals, or however it shows up for you. I don't tell everybody what to do, but I recommend it because it's really, really supportive to your journey of heart cleansing to have a light, clean diet while your heart dispels all of this old stuck energy. It's going to dispel the energy either way, so you can either support the journey by giving yourself clean thoughts and clean foods and a clean space around you, or you can just do these meditations in the morning, and then as your heart detoxifies, the vibration of it will have to come up against all of the other mess in your world that you're not aligning with this new heart cleansing. So just do yourself a favor, support your own journey by giving yourself clean things. Clean thoughts, watch your thoughts. Clean foods, watch your foods. And clean people, just make sure that you love yourself by sharing your space, sharing your heart space just with people who feel clean to you, who feel good here, who feel good to connect with. If you have to drink or take drugs or tell jokes, or whatever it is that comes up for you, just to feel comfortable around the people that you're showing up near, then go into your heart space and feel whether those are the right people for you to be around, and then feel about what is the right alignment for you for that. So as we start to detox, as we get deeper into this, we're coming up to the end of week 1. But as we go farther in this, you're going to start to notice that there are certain things that are going to come up in your life that you want to shed. Certain people you will feel the need to shed. Certain foods you will feel the need to shed. And it may happen for you sooner or later, but this is just part of how this process goes. Eventually we shed things as we love ourselves, as we love on ourselves more deeply. We start to shed things that don't serve us and that are not good for us, that we may have tolerated for years, and it may come up suddenly that those things are right in our awareness that those things are not good for us and they don't serve us anymore. So honor your heart and follow that. I love you guys, love you so much. Please do not forget to share this video to your timeline, to your story, whatever. Share it so that anybody else who is going through depression, who's going through issues with their physical or their energetic heart, anybody who's gone through loss, breakup, anything, anybody who's hiding their pain, issues behind a smile, please share this so other people can find it. This heart detox is so powerful for everybody. It's a completely free way. It just takes a few minutes of each morning or of each moment of just sitting and looking at it to actually cleanse this out. It doesn't require drugs. It doesn't require tools. It doesn't require anything except you to just show up for yourself. So please share this. Please like it. You know how the Instagram algorithm goes, so do me that favor. Like it and drop a comment, please. Anybody who has been doing this with me all week, I would love to hear from you guys to know what has come up for you. People are messaging me privately to share with me, but drop some things in the comments so that other people who are going through the stuff that you feel are inspired or may understand something that they're feeling, things that they've had that have come up from this. Drop a comment in there and let me know if this heart meditation has done anything for you in this week so far. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.